It is 7 p.m. The laptop glow is stinging your eyes, and despite doing everything right, the math of your life is failing. You are not drowning because you are overspending. You are drowning because you have been drafted into a systemic bailout you never agreed to. You are working 50 hours a week, skipping the vacations, and playing by every single rule. So why does your bank account feel like it is bleeding out? It is not a leak. It is a heist. Take a deep breath, because I need you to hear this right now. Your exhaustion is not a personal failure. You do not need another productivity hack. You are simply waking up to a reality that was never meant to be exposed. The digital promise was a lie. They are calling you back to the office, but it is not for collaboration. Let's look at the naked math. Real, unforgiving math. When you are forced back into a cubicle, you are instantly hit with a massive hidden wage suppression. Your suburban mortgage is already locked in. You cannot just pick up and move closer to the city because a memo told you to. Your credit card is bleeding at 22% interest just to keep your car running. Auto insurance is up 30%. You are literally paying a $15 cubicle tax for a sad desk salad just because you no longer have the time to be a human being who cooks their own food. Return to office is not a mere change in your physical location. It is a 20% tax levied directly on your after-tax income. You are paying for the privilege of sitting in traffic. You are effectively taking a massive pay cut to do the exact same job you were doing flawlessly from your kitchen table. Look at that plastic key badge hanging on your lanyard. It connects to a radar reader at the lobby turnstile. It is not opening a door to your future. It is an electronic handcuff. But why would a logical company force a policy that actively makes you poorer and demonstrably lowers your productivity? Because you are trapped inside an invisible architecture. Your local mayor is panicking because empty desks do not pay taxes. Your commute isn't about collaboration. It is a hostage situation where your CEO is trading your gas money for a tax break from the mayor. You're not an employee. You're a human subsidy. This is exactly why your Tuesday morning feels so heavy. You are not just fighting traffic. You are fighting a city's bankruptcy. They are squeezing your CEO to fill those empty towers, or they will yank the tax breaks that keep the company profitable. They need your foot traffic to save their multi-million-dollar leases. You are literally paying for the light bulbs in your own prison. Does that sound like company culture to you? Most people completely miss this quiet shift in power. It is a systemic bailout, and your life energy is being used as human duct tape to fix their bad real estate bets. You are footing the bill for a crisis you did not create. But what if you just refuse? What if you decide to protect your wallet, reject the mandate, and stay home? The game changes quietly. The enemy in this scenario is not a bad manager yelling at you in a conference room. The enemy is a silent piece of code. Welcome to the era of algorithmic human resources. The second you say no to the office, a silent ghost wakes up inside your laptop. It is called Bossware. Your laptop is no longer a tool for your career. It is a witness for the prosecution. Every millisecond of idle time is a mathematical brick in the wall they are building to fire you for free. Firing you and paying out a standard severance package is expensive. But if a machine can mathematically prove you are unengaged, or if it catches your status turning yellow for 5 minutes too long, they can cut you loose for nothing. It is a strategy called quiet cutting. Once the algorithm flags your profile, you cannot reverse it. The system does not care about your mortgage or your sick child. It has no empathy. It just executes the parameters it was programmed to follow. You are caught in a vice. You are trapped between a brutal daily commute tax that drains your bank account and a silent surveillance machine waiting for you to slip up at home. How do you actually get out of this trap when you still desperately need a paycheck to survive? You have to fundamentally shift how you view your reality. This is happening to you right now, but refusing to become permanent food for their machine is your absolute privilege. You have to completely change the way you view money. Most people view a paycheck as a tool for consumption. They view it as a way to buy a temporary hit of weekend joy to forget the deep stress of the work week. You have to drop that mindset today. Corporate debt demands a sacrifice, and your paycheck is the offering. That is the bailout triangle. That is the trap. Money is not a shopping tool, but money is defensive liquidity. When you aggressively save your income, you are not just making numbers go up on a banking app. You are actively buying back your life energy. You are calculating exactly how many hours of your life you no longer have to sell to a corporation. You are building a runway, a fortress. We are not talking about getting rich quick. We are talking about the lethal power of patience. The greatest threat to a rigid corporate structure is not an angry employee. It is a quiet, patient, smiling employee who has 6 months of living expenses sitting untouched in a high-yield savings account. Buy back your life energy. That defensive liquidity gives you the absolute power to look an algorithm in the eye and remain perfectly calm. It gives you the power to walk away when the demands become absurd. But philosophy alone will not pay your rent. What exactly is the tactical move you need to make tomorrow morning? You start building your emergency exit fund right now, not next month, today. You take whatever commute money you are currently saving on the days you are home, and you redirect it into a strictly untouchable account. Treat that transfer like a mandatory bill. Then you pivot to skill stacking. You learn how to leverage artificial intelligence to do the busy work of your job. You stop being a disposable resource that a machine can monitor, and you transform yourself into an irreplaceable asset that solves complex problems. You do your job exceptionally well, but you stop giving them your soul. Tonight, you go online and you quietly turn on your open-to-work status, making sure to hide it from your current employer. You start having quiet conversations. You do not wait for the human resources algorithm to tap you on the shoulder. You meticulously build your parachute while you are still flying the plane. The system is betting on your exhaustion, but if you have made it this far, you already have the one thing they cannot track: awareness. Most people will stay as human duct tape until they snap. You are different. You are building the parachute. If you are ready to stop subsidizing their bad bets and start buying back your life, subscribe. We are rewriting the code here. Don't get left behind in the cubicle.